Hello, it's James Gaisbrook here, otherwise known as the Intrepid Wino, and welcome to another brief episode of Let's Taste. It's Friday night, and I have pulled something out of the Intrepid cellar, something that I've been sort of eyeing off for a long time, possibly a bit controversial for those who know me. It's actually a wine from probably Australia's best known winery. Not necessarily a wine that you might expect me to go for, but back when I was buying wines, with some age via places like Langton's, it was one that kind of came up, and I said, well, I may as well just buy it. I think it was at a decent price, and it is actually a wine from Penfolds. It is the Penfolds Bin 389, the famous Cabernet Shiraz, 1996 vintage. I have no idea if it's going to be in decent nick. Of course, it's on the cork, and it's been under the parents' house for a few years now. I'm hoping the cork's going to be okay. I'm hoping it's not past its prime. Exciting news. I mentioned on the last Let's Taste that I'm going to be having a live streaming with Gary Mills on the 17th. I'm actually, before that, going to have a live streaming on the 12th at 6 p.m. with Brendan Carter from Unico Wines. You may have heard the episode of the Vincast with Brendan. He's going to be across in Melbourne, and exciting to look at his 6 new white wine releases from 2015 vintage. So please set a reminder for 6 p.m. Australian Standard Time for Let's Taste Live. You can buy the wines from differentdrop.com. They are in very small volumes. Hope you guys had a good week. Had a couple of really good chats. Okay, so you can see I've had a bit of an issue with getting the cork out, which does tend to happen with these older wines. But based on the stage, it looks like the cork still managed to hold up. So I think it's just because the cork is a little bit degraded, it's just broken. I do need to get probably a better bottle opener for that kind of thing. If you have a look, there's quite a bit of sediment on the lip. The ullage is not too bad. For those who don't know, ullage is basically the amount of wine that has sort of evaporated. They talk about that with barrels as well. It's above the shoulder, so that's still a pretty good indication. I'm going to pour it slowly. Still got a lot of colour. A surprising amount of colour, considering it's 19 years old. Wow. It's still very fruity. It's like porty, ruby, black forest fruits, jammy, but leathery as well. That leathery character, I'd say it's coming from the Cabernet, and probably the kind of that juicy, juby black currant fruit. It's coming from the Shiraz in there. Let's taste. Probably the first thing that's striking me, it's still, very youthful, very big fruit, but the alcohol, it's standing out a little bit. It's quite warm. Let's see. Weirdly, it says only 13.5% alcohol, but I think the fruit and the oak have really softened out, and the alcohol is still quite prominent. It's incredibly vibrant for an Australian wine of its age. I'm quite astonished. It's still showing that kind of barrel character though, that wood, that new wood and American oak, because it has kind of a sweeter, sweeter wood tannin note. Like it's still showing a little bit of kind of dried caramel, vanilla. It's very tight. I'm pretty impressed. I can sort of see why people talk about Penfolds and aging. Yeah, thankfully this bottle is in good condition. It's, you know, the cork has held out really well. I'm quite surprised by that one. I'm fascinated to have opened up. I'd say there's a fair amount of tannin in there. I mean sediment, you know, from the old tannin, but yeah, there you go. I just tasted the Penfolds Bin 389 Cabernet Shiraz 1996 vintage. Please, if you enjoyed this little video, give me a like and subscribe to the channel. You can find more Let's Taste videos on the Let's Taste playlist. Make sure you have got reminders set for the 12th and 17th of August, both 6 p.m, the first with Brendan Carter, the second with Gary Mills. It's going to be fantastic. Buy the wines at differentdrop.com. Make sure you're using the Vincast Vino code at purchase to get $25 off your first order over $100. Have a great weekend, guys. Cheers.